Check out Paddy Power's new and exclusive Cash Card Plus, available to use online, at ATMs or even down the local. Paddy Power, you beauty!
Royal Ascot is a marathon, not a sprint, and that's definitely the case with the highlight on day 3. It is Gold Cup day, and in this Racing Post Postcast, Paddy Power from our sponsors, Lewis Porches and Tony O'Hare are joining me, Lee Mottershead, to look ahead to the day 3 action. We kick off with something that is very much not a marathon. It's a 5-furlong dash. It's the Norfolk Stakes, and we have another Wesley Ward Juvenile heading the market. Do we not, Paddy?
We certainly do, Lee. We have Mac Aaron, which is the one that everyone was talking about last week, wasn't it? Mac Aaron is 7-2 favourite. Havana Grey is 13-2. You got Santry 13-2 as well. True Blue Moon 8-1. Don't Come Easy 10-1. And 9 Below Zero the same, and 12-1 and bigger the rest. So yeah, it's a pretty open race. I mean, a lot of these Wesley Ward ones are very, very short. McAaron certainly backable at 7-2, but not that you want my tips, but personally I think Havana Grey is actually pretty solid. I think it's going to be quite difficult to beat, so I think McAaron wants to be pretty special to win this race, I think.
Okay, Lewis, the Norfolk Stakes sometimes a race that can produce a relatively small field, but a bumper turnout this year looks wide open.
That certainly does. McKerron's the one that's caught the eye in Newmarket, apparently. He's meant to be a strapping beast, one of these Wesley Ward monsters. But there's some speedy ones from the home team here. I think Paddy makes a good point about Havana Grey. Looked real quick in the National Stakes at Sandown last time. But I like Santry, Aaliyah, Declan Carroll. It was nice to see a smaller stable, Richard Spencer, winning on the first day. And I think this could be one for Declan's team up in the north. Defied a penalty at York last time in a quick time, and just looks a real sort of speedster 2-year-old ready to go here and now.
Tony, we don't generally expect to see a Ballydoyle horse in this sort of race starting at 20-1 with Ryan Moore on board, but those are sort of prices about Sioux Nation. Is he just not good enough?
Well, he doesn't look anything out of the ordinary on his form at home. I mean, he was 8 lengths behind Jessica Harrington's horse, Brother Bear, in the Marble Hill Stakes. Brother Bear ran quite respectably yesterday, but I think Sioux Nation, the price says it all. He's certainly not one of their better 2-year-olds. I prefer the other Irish challenger, Joseph O'Brien's True Blue Moon, 2 from 2. Again, form isn't outstanding, but I think he's an improving horse, and I think he'll definitely be the better of the two.
Okay, that then is the Norfolk Stakes. Race 2 on day 3 is the Hampton Court Stakes, brackets, formerly the Tercentenary. Again, a big field here, 16 horses declared for the mile and a quarter Group 3 race. Godolphin having a good Royal Ascot, well represented. Paddy, how do you bet?
Yeah, so actually Michael Stout's Mirage Dancer is a favourite at 7-2. Then Ben Battle for Godolphin 9-2. Irish Correspondent 5-1. Order of the Garter 7-1. Tam League 7-1. Bay of Poets 10-1 and 12-1 and bigger the rest.
Okay, Lewis, Mirage Dancer then for Stouty. Only 2 runs. Very good effort last time. All good well for the future. Does he look like a Hampton Court winner to you?
It could quite well be. Still a bit of a baby, I thought, last time, to be honest. And that's the worry I'd have coming here. Is it streetwise enough to get the job done? Clearly, in the future, it's going to be a good horse, but I'd be probably wanting to take him on. I'd probably want to take Ben Battle on as well coming out of the Derby. I'm not that keen on horses coming here after the Derby. I think it can leave a mark. At a huge price, I'm going to throw a couple of quid at Speedo Boy for Ian Williams. Awful drawing out wide in 16. However, this horse split Permian of Mark Johnson's and Khalidi last time at Newmarket. Both those horses ran in the Derby. I think Permian is something like 7-1 for King Edward VII later in the week. So, and this horse is 25-1 and upwards for this. So I think it could have gone in under the radar. Really rate Ian Williams as a trainer, and I think it'll run well at a big price. Speedo Boy.
Well, Speedo Boy gives us a seamless link to Tony O'Hare. Tony, Aidan again here, well represented. It's a contest that you'd imagine would be made for a Ballydoyle type. Has he got the winner here?
Possibly, although Taj Mahal finished in front of Order of the Garter in the Prix du Jockey Club, I think Order of the Garter might be the better horse. His form early in the season was quite good. I think he might turn the tables on Taj Mahal and give him a good chance. Irish Correspondent won his first 2 races. He was well held in the Irish Guineas, 3rd behind Churchill. I think the triple suited him. I wouldn't be too sure about the ground. And Gold Spinner of Ger Lyons won his last 2. Again, we'll have to see how he goes in the ground, but of the 4 Irish, Order of the Garter is the one I'd like.
Okay, Paddy, one theme this year going into this race, the Ribblesdale, which we'll look at after the break, and the King Edward VII, is there's an extra week between Epsom and Royal Ascot, giving those classic horses more chance to recover from their Epsom exertions. Would that make you be more amenable to horses like Ben Battle coming from Epsom?
You probably would. And the way, obviously Ben Battle particularly, the way Godolphin have been going so far, it's been pretty good. So even with their less fancied ones, but I think, I think that it definitely makes a difference. We see it as well in the Jumps Festival as well, when there's a bigger gap between the festivals. Obviously the horses have more time to recover and everything. It makes sense. I mean, I guess it's really, really hot here. Horses actually probably like that, bit of sun on their back as well. So I think the extra week definitely makes a big difference for them. So it would be, if that was a reason to put you off, it might temper your off-puttingness.
And you, for you, the win on Hampton Court is?
I'm going to go for Irish Correspondent, actually. I think it looks like a real improver. I think the Guineas run was actually okay. He was well beaten, like 7 lengths, but was okay. I mean, Churchill's obviously much better than he showed yesterday, and it probably showed that Barney Roy mightn't actually be all that. He's only just beaten Lancaster Bomber. So I think Irish Correspondent could be a real improver.
Okay, Irish Correspondent then for Paddy in race 2 on Royal Ascot Day 3. We'll move on to race 3 after this break.
Paddy Power are offering money back as a free bet if the horse you back finishes 2nd, 3rd or 4th to the SP favourite in 2 races every day at Royal Ascot. Max £25 per race. TNCs apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Welcome back, guys. Race 3 then is the Ribblesdale Stakes, and generally every year with the Ribblesdale Stakes you have the question, can the horse who ran well in the Oaks go on to win the Ribblesdale? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but one of them is likely to head the market this year, alluringly. Would that be the case, Paddy?
It would be the case, just about though. 11-4 favourite alluringly, Murray is 7-2, Coronet 5-1, Hertford Dancer 8-1, Astronomy's Choice 10-1, and it is 11-1. The lovely name, Naughty or Nice.
Tony, alluringly, ran a good race in the Oaks, albeit a long way behind the front two. How good do you think she is?
I thought she ran sort of a very good race at Chester. She was much closer to the Oaks winner on that occasion than she was at Epsom. I don't think she's a star, but in an open-looking race, her chance is pretty obvious. John Ox's Naughty or Nice has won both her starts. Blinkers for the first time. He thinks she liked the ground. She's won over 1.5 miles, so the trip shouldn't be a problem. She could maybe run into the money, but alluringly looks the better of the two on form.
Okay. Lewis, Maury has a pedigree to die for, incredibly well bred. She's a Michael Stout, 3-year-old middle distance filly. There's tons to like about her. She's going the right way too. What did you make of her Goodwood win?
I was quite impressed. I thought she was quite professional, not flash. I think you see that pedigree and you expect huge fireworks, but it's very professional, got the job done well. I like the fact she's not running a classic or anything like that, and this will be a first test at this sort of level, but she, like I said, she's missed the big races that alluringly's had battles in, and she's that real stout improver, isn't she? She really fits that character, and I'd probably take on the favourite with Maury. That'd be my selection.
Okay, and Paddy, John Gosden has got a third of the field here, 4 runners declared for the Ribblesdale. Do any of those appeal to you?
Yeah, Astronomy's Choice is the one I'd be tempted to back, but I know what's going to happen is I'll back Astronomy's Choice each way. Murray will win, and afterwards go like, that was pretty obvious, wasn't it? Like, so I mean, I think Lewis's point is fair. I think Murray is probably the one to be with, but I think Astronomy's Choice at 10-1 might be worth a few quid each way. Okay,
we move on then to the signature race of the whole Royal meeting. It is the Gold Cup. It's not the Ascot Gold Cup, it's the Gold Cup. It's run at 4:20 on Thursday afternoon, and we have an odds-on favourite. Will he start odds-on, Paddy, and what price is Order of St George as we speak?
Well, it just depends how the second day goes and the third day starts going for Coolmore, because obviously after day 1 we know there's a changing of the guard. Like, Coolmore's finished, Aidan O'Brien's finished, the trainer gone absolutely finished, yeah, done. So so it all depends like how their momentum goes for them. He's even money now. Like last week, you would have been predicting he definitely will go odds on. I think the faster ground probably tempers confidence a small little bit with them. Simple versus second favourite 13-2. Big Orange 8-1. He'll probably keep shortening. Sheikh Zayed, I always call it Sheikh Hazy Road. Sheikh Zayed Road 10-1. Torsador 12-1. And Sweet Selection 14-1. 16-1 bigger the rest. So yeah, Order of St George is going to be banker material for a lot of people, but I'm just not. If you'd asked me like 6 months ago, I would have said, yeah, absolute penalty kick. But the closer you get to it, I'm just not sure. I actually quite like Big Orange now. I think could really, really put it up to Order of St George.
Okay, Lewis, if we look at Order of St George first, he's a really convincing winner of the Gold Cup last year. He's finished third in an arc, which with the best one in the world, nothing else in this field could come remotely close to doing. But he's a horse that has lost 4 of his last 5 starts, and he's regularly beaten at odds on. He's a bit of a conundrum, isn't he?
Yeah, I completely agree. No other horse in this field could finish third in an arc. But which Order of St George will turn up? He's been beaten 3 times at odds on, including at 1 to 7. I couldn't play him at odds on. No, not a chance. You know, there's loads of value because of him. It's that sort of almost 8 to 1 bar just him. So there's some incredible value out there. And I think what I'd be looking for is something that's not run at the trip before that could improve over it. And Big Orange and Simple Verse fit into that category beautifully. The ground is going to be really in Big Orange's favour. He loves to bounce off it. He'll be at the front. And I just think if Order of St George comes wide and past him fast, it could be game over. If he eyeballs Big Orange, gets in a fight, there's only one horse I'd like to have my money on, and that's Big Orange, because he just loves a scrap. He'll grind it out from the front. Simple Verse, 1 run over 2 miles. They rode her to get the trip on Champions Day, and she blatantly did. They should have been more positive with her. I'm sure they will be here. And I think, like I say, Simple Verse and Big Orange are knocking each way bets against the favourite.
Rarely seen you so animated.
Thank you.
That's all right. Tony, Lewis is very much not in the Order of St George camp. You have the Ballydoyle hotline. You can probably... Oh, of course you have. Yeah, of course you have. When you look at Order of St George and you look at that record of, one could call it inconsistency, are you tempted to be with him or against him at the prices?
At the prices, I'd be against him. But still, when you look at his sort of best performance last year, what you said about his run in the Arc, he's won the same prep race at Leopardstown that he won last year. I still think he's the one they have to beat, but I'd be sort of very nervous about going in that short. The ground, I mean, he goes on fast ground. He's probably better with a bit of dig in it, but the other Irish horse, Torstador, he's beaten Order of St George this year. I don't really expect him to finish in front of him tomorrow, but I think Order of St George just about, but I won't be betting the odds on.
And do we think, guys, anything at the really big price? Because it's sort of a race where you can have a horse run into a place at a huge price. We've got a former winner in Trip to Paris. We've got the Cezanne Segura winner, Sweet Selection, Quest for More, Prix du Cat. Yeah. There's a lot of good horse in this.
Yeah, throw in the Ledger winner as well, Harbour Law. Yeah. I mean, again, that is just a Dower Sedea, and this 2.5 miles could be right up that horse's street. Or, you know, it's always going to be overlooked somewhat, and price that could run well. And like I say, Quest for More always turns up, and Sheikh Zayed Road again won the Champions Day long distance one. There's loads to get stuck into for the each way players.
And Lewis, so you are Big Orange or Simple Verse, yeah?
Yeah, I split my stake on those two.
Tony, you're Order of St George, but semi-reluctantly?
Semi-reluctantly, yes.
Semi-reluctantly, and Paddy, you're all over Big Orange?
All over Big Orange.
2 for Big Orange, 1 for Order of St George. I've backed Order of St George as well, but he's a wary one to be on at the prices, but he's probably the best horse in the race.
I just very slowly thought of a joke about my comment there. I was trying to think when I couldn't come up with him. I'll be having a juicy bet on Big Orange.
With that joke, we go to a commercial break.
Paddy Power are offering money back as a free bet if the horse you back finishes 2nd, 3rd or 4th to the SP favourite in 2 races every day at Royal Ascot. Max £25 per race. T&Cs apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ended the last segment of this Racing Post postcast with a joke from Mr. Paddy Power, who'll be having a juicy bet on Big Orange in the Gold Cup. While you were away, my esteemed colleague, Mr. Lewis Porteous, also came up with a Big Orange related joke. Lewis, the floor is yours.
Over the trip, I think he'll squeeze out some improvement.
That was Mr. Lewis Porteous. We move on now to the Britannia. It's the 5th race on day 3. It's the Royal Hunt Cup for 3-year-olds. Paddy, it looks quite difficult.
It does. It's peely difficult. It's Big Orange's finished now, isn't he?
Yeah,
okay, fine.
done.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Son of the Stars is favourite, though, at 6 to 1 for Richard Hannon. So 6 to 1's a tight enough price, I think, for in a race like this, wide open. City of Joy 8 to 1, Leader's Legacy 10 to 1, Ronald Orr 12 to 1, Kaiser Soze 12 to 1, 14 to 1 Resumat, and Tricorn and Afak and Lightning Fast, and Hyde Park is 16 to 1, and it's bigger the rest.
And while you're on a roll, the floor is yours.
The floor is mine, yeah. Well, the favourite is an obvious one. You prefer to be back about 8 or 10 to 1 rather than 6 to 1, obviously. Just looks kind of pretty unexposed and could be one of those ones that obviously has been laid out for today for the race and all that kind of thing. So, but at 6 to 1, I don't know, I wouldn't be backing him each way. I'd be kind of either maybe just going on the nose and having a go. But I think the Queen might have a winner here with Matt's Prize for Roger Charlton. I think looks to be progressive and there's a big price at 16 to 1. It could be worth a few quid each way.
Lewis, I was with the favourite last time at Newmarket, and it was quite painful because he just painfully seemed to struggle in the dip, was all over the winner but didn't handle that downhill descent. This track, you'd imagine, would be more to his liking, but he's a pretty short price for a Britannia favourite.
I'm surprised when Paddy read out those prices then. I thought it'd be bigger. He went into everyone's notebook, didn't he, basically, at Newmarket, and he has been on my radar, but it's too short. And is he that much inferior to, is he that much better than Ronald R, who beat him that day? I don't know. I think Michael Bell's thinks there's quite a bit more to come from them, and at the prices, I might, tempt a little each way on Ronald R, but good luck if you're betting in this, because there's loads of unexposed types in here, and it is fiendishly difficult.
Yeah, I'd say good luck if you're Richard Holt as well, trying to commentate on this one with lots of unexposed horses that we probably don't know that well. Tony, I know you'll be desperate on this one. We haven't got much time, so keep it brief.
Yeah, we've two long shots. Moritzburg. Sorry.
Hang on, Tony. Go on.
Moritzburg for Michael Halford, 7-length winner at the Listowel of an ordinary enough maiden, lightning fast for Ger Lyons, but as you say, it's a wide open race and they'll be doing very well to be in the first 5 or 6, I'd say.
Okay, we wrap up with what's often one of the very hottest 3-year-old handicaps of the year, the King George, the 5th Stakes. Generally, I like to back a horse trained by Sir Michael Stout in this race, but he hasn't got a runner this year, so I shan't be doing that. Paddy, of those trainers that do have runners, how are you pricing them?
So Atty Purse is favourite at 9 to 2 for Roger Charlton. Sophia's Rock, I suppose, 6 to 1. Utah is 10 to 1 for Aidan O'Brien. Tartini 10 to 1 for John Gosden, and Bin Batuta 10 to 1 for Godolphin, and 12 to 1 and bigger the rest. So personally, I'll be sticking with Mark Johnson and Sophia's Rock about 6 to 1. But again, without a huge amount of confidence, but on the nose because I'm greedy.
Lewis, Atty Purse trying to complete the old Esher Cup King George the 5th Stakes double. Won over a mile at Sandown in April, now to a mile and a half. He's a horse that has looked like the sort who has a big race in him, certainly a bigger race than the Esher Cup. Is this the one?
I think step on Triple Sue. I think there's definitely more to come. Very unexposed. They probably had this race in mind for a while. Come back the favourite again, though. I'd have to look for some value. I like Mark Johnson's got quite a strong team here. Sophia's Rock is probably the one. It had the Queen Vase entry as well. We'll stay a bit further than this, but really a tough horse, battles it out well. I quite like that one. He's got another one at the bottom, Monticello, tops our Racing Post ratings with Richard Kinscote doing 8-4. That might be worth a second look as well, but Sophia's Rock would be my idea of the winner. Okay,
Sophia's Rock then for Lewis. Tony, got any views?
Holmesman, 1 of 2 for Aidan O'Brien, won the Group 3 Gallinule last time out, but it looked a weak enough Group 3 race. Wouldn't be mad about him with top weight. The other 2 Irish runners in the race, his stable companion Utah and Sheila Lowry's Twin Star, finished behind him on that occasion. Both of them were staying on well. I think Utah might prove the pick of the 3 this time. I think he could have a decent each-way chance.
Okay, and of course the other big betting heat on day 3 of the Royal Meeting is what colour hat will the Queen wear on Ladies' Day? Paddy, is that available on the no?
I'm sure it is. I'll make it up. It's fine. I mean, I'll tell you the exact prices, of course.
Okay, go on.
She won't be wearing green because she wore green the first day, so that's unlikely. Yeah. I think with the way the weather has been at this stage now, I know most people think this is live, but actually it's pre-recorded. So we don't know what she's worn the second day. So I think it's going to be either a light pale blue or yellow. And I'd say the prices are, at a guess, about 4 to 1, 5 to 1.
5 to 1 the field of Queen's hat. Okay. Any views, boys?
There's a gamble on purple on Tuesday that went astray, but she must have that outfit hanging up somewhere, so I'd say purple maybe.
Tony, do you wish to add anything?
Pink.
Pink for Tony O'Hare. To make but indeed, yeah, often the case. Okay, best bets then for Ladies' Day, Gold Cup Day at Royal Ascot. I'm going to say Droghade for Mr. Mottershead, Mr. Power.
I'm going to say Big Orange.
Big Orange, juicy bet.
Get in a photo finish, Big Orange.
I tell you what, you get
keeps on giving.
You get comedy on this one, but no jokes from Sheikh Zayed Road or.
No other jokes about anything else in the field. I've just worked on the Big Orange material last night, to be honest.
And you did it beautifully. So Big Orange for Paddy, Droghade for myself, Lewis.
I think Maury's the best bet in the Ribblesdale, but please let Big Orange win. That'd be so good, yeah.
Okay, so that then was the Day 3 Postcast. Do join us again tomorrow when Bruce Millington is the chair, finding all the winners for Coronation Stakes and Commonwealth Cup Day. Until then, goodbye.
Check out Paddy Power's new and exclusive Cash Card Plus, available to use online, at ATMs or even down the local. Paddy Power, you beauty!